Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something I find absolutely fascinating. How we can go from building single, standalone AI agents to designing entire teams of AIs that actually work together to tackle really complex problems.
It all really boils down to one big question. We've got all these incredibly powerful AI tools, right? But what's the secret sauce that takes a simple tool and turns it into a genuine expert collaborator on a high-performing team?
And the answer, maybe surprisingly, is all about being a little more human. The real key isn't just about programming an AI to do something. It's about designing who you want it to be. It's about giving it an identity, a purpose, and even a history that shapes how it thinks and acts.
And that leads us right to the two foundational building blocks for any great AI agent: its role and its backstory. Seriously, you should think of these two things as the agent's digital DNA. It defines everything about what it is and what it's capable of.
So you can really break this down into two essential parts. On one side, you've got the role, that's the what. What does this agent do? And on the other side, you have the backstory, and that's the how. How does it do its job? You absolutely need both to create an agent that isn't just functional, but truly deeply effective. So let's start with the role. This is, plain and simple, the agent's job description. It's a really clear definition of what it's responsible for. So, for example, if you create an agent with the role of strategic planning manager, you know right away what its job is and where it fits in the team's hierarchy. But, a job title is never the whole story. And that's where the backstory is so important. This is like the agent's resume, its lived experience. A backstory like, say, a veteran project manager gives the agent context. It shapes its decision-making style, maybe making it better at balancing new ideas with what's actually possible. It gives it depth. It gives it a personality.
Okay, so we figured out how to design a really solid individual agent, but how do we organize them into a team that actually works? Well, that's where the CWD model comes in. It's this powerful framework for structuring an AI team, and CWD stands for coordinator, worker, and delegator. And this slide maps it out perfectly. You can see how familiar human roles fit right into this CWD structure. The manager in a human team, that becomes our coordinator, the one who oversees the whole operation. The specialized experts, those are the workers, the ones actually executing the tasks. And then right in the middle, you have this task interpreter, which is our crucial delegator. Okay, so this is the really critical piece right here. The delegator isn't just passing messages back and forth. Think of it as the translator, the project manager of the AI team. It takes that big picture strategic vision from the coordinator and breaks it down into clear, actionable tasks for all the specialist worker agents. Without a great delegator, the whole system just falls apart. Theory is great and all, but let's see how this actually comes together in a real-world example. So let's meet the team at a hyper-intelligent, totally autonomous AI travel agency. This is where those ideas of role and backstory are really going to come to life. First up, let's meet the boss, the coordinator. Its role is travel planning executive. But check out that backstory, a seasoned veteran with 15 years in luxury travel. So this isn't just any planner. It's an expert at handling complex trips, managing crises. You can bet that experience shapes every single strategic decision it makes. Next up is our delegator, the operations orchestrator. And its backstory as an experienced project manager is so key here. It knows exactly which specialist gets which task, and it makes sure no single agent gets overwhelmed. It is the logistical heart of this entire operation. And now for the core worker specialists. This is where that idea of backstory really shines. We've got a flight worker that isn't just some booking tool. It's a former airline revenue expert, which means it knows all the tricks for finding hidden fares. The hotel worker? A former luxury hotel executive, giving it the inside scoop on how to land an upgrade. Every single one of these agents is a true expert because of its specific, detailed backstory. But this team's brainpower doesn't just stop with the core tasks. It also has this set of intelligence workers running in the background, constantly making the whole system smarter. There's a data analyst spotting trends, an experience reflector that acts like a QA manager learning from past trips, and even an opportunity searcher that's always on the lookout for new and exciting travel ideas. These guys are the engine of continuous improvement. So, we've met the team. They're pretty impressive, right? Now, let's see them in action.
We're going to walk through their 6-step workflow to see exactly how they collaborate to turn a customer's dream trip into a perfect, detailed itinerary. So it all kicks off with a customer request. As you can see in step 1, the coordinator creates the big picture plan and then hands it off. That plan goes to the delegator for distribution, and now here's the magic, steps 3 and 4. This is where the delegator kicks off parallel processing. The flight and hotel workers are booking travel, while at the exact same time, the analyst and reflector are providing insights. It's incredibly efficient. Finally, in step 5, the delegator pulls it all together, and in step 6, the coordinator gives it one final review before sending it off to the customer. So, let's pull all of this together. What's the big takeaway from this CWD model and our amazing AI travel agency? It's this. We're designing for true collaboration, not just a series of tasks.
And when you design AI teams this way, you unlock 3 huge benefits that make the entire system so much more powerful than the sum of its parts.
First up, you get clarity. Every agent knows exactly what its job is, so there's no confusion or wasted effort. Second, you get true specialization. Those deep backstories create agents that are genuine experts in their fields. And finally, you get incredible efficiency. That CWD structure, especially with its ability to process tasks in parallel, creates a workflow that is just incredibly streamlined and fast.
And that really leaves us with one last powerful thought to chew on. We've just seen how this model can completely revolutionize something like travel planning. But just imagine applying these same principles to the world's biggest challenges, things like climate science or medical research. What kind of problems could we solve if we stop just building tools and start building teams?